Hi everyone, I'm doing the weekly astrology for January 12th through 18th, 2025. Thank you for joining me. The journey continues this week, and let's just say inquiring minds want to know. We want to know what we are feeling. We want to know what is going to happen. We want to know where we are going, and we want to know what is real and what is illusion. While we would like those answers to be forthcoming, I'm afraid it is going to be a year-long journey. What is clear is that the only way to navigate it is to discern what is happening only after knowing our own being deeply and intimately. Because we look out at the world through the lens of our inner world, it seems time to get out the Windex and clean those lenses and filters so we can see more clearly. We have to take off those rose-colored glasses and clear out those energies and experiences that keep coloring our world in ways that confuse. January 12th, 2025, the moon enters Cancer. As humans, we are connected to the rising and falling of tides because of the full moons. We can feel the full moon coming in as it moves into Cancer today. We are filled emotionally with the complexity of what is happening in our world. Cosmic forces are pulling on us to change, and we are discovering and finally understanding patterns from our family and making sense out of things that have caused us concern and consternation for decades. The more self-aware we become, the more we stop blaming others for perceived slights and instead see our own destructions and dysfunctions. Healing comes only when we stop blaming others and instead see past the circumstances and into the deeper underlying purpose that was to reveal what we came to learn and what we needed in order to grow. In life, everyone will be injured, wounded, and not seen. It is not about expecting the world to give us what we want. It is up to us to explore each and every door that is presented in ways that allow us to become a more open, authentic, and better person. To contribute to the world, we have to embrace what is offered us and make the best use of it in the moment. The dramas in our life offer up a window into what we have not yet discovered about ourselves. All aspects are to teach us how to love ourselves, and in doing that, we learn how to care and love others. January 13th, full moon in Cancer. I always think of the full moon in Cancer as a doorway that is bright and shiny in front of me. I am being asked to either walk willingly through the door or to be dragged kicking and screaming through it. One way or the other, we are going to go through that door. The choice is if you are actively choosing or if the universe needs to force your hand in the matter. Why it is hard is because we are looking at a big unknown. What is clear is that we are way out of our comfort zones and everything feels unfamiliar. We are being asked to step into a better version of ourselves. What that might look like is uncertain, but regardless, we are going to need to go. Mars is connected to this full moon, and even though it is retrograde, it packs a punch internally. We need to figure out what we want and why. That means we need to figure out what will work first, to not just blindly leap into the unknown. Uranus is in retrograde in Taurus, and it seems that many issues from the past are up to be healed. With Mars and Uranus in play, we do not need to be mindful of the boundaries. We do need to be mindful of the boundaries of others. Add to it, we have Neptune in the final stages of Pisces, and what used to be true is clearly not certain any longer. While illusions and delusions, distortions and dramas are everywhere, we still need to not make any assumptions about anything. The potential to move in the wrong direction is high right now. This is a day for meditation and contemplation. It is a day for writing and allowing yours and my imagination to run wild. Just remember that this astrology is also about making our own choices and knowing that the suggestions of others are not currently necessarily what we are supposed to be doing currently. For some, they may dislike the uncertainty and ambiguity, and they instead want to pick a fight. What is clear is that we are tired of so much stuckness and stagnation. Clearly, this astrology is going to start to stir quite a few pots, but do not presume you know the paths of others. Do not put more pressure into the mix. Do not force others to do things your way. Manipulation or putting agendas on others is not going to work on any level. Sometimes we need to break a few eggs to make a new cake. Don't focus on what is broken. Focus on what can now focus on what we can now make, because it is broken. January 14th, the moon enters Leo. The moon enters Leo, and we are in the moon for more play. Try to not put too much into anything. It is okay to not know and just allow the moments to carry you into something that feels more bright and bubbly. The world is going to keep spinning no matter what you do today, so you might as well have some more fun. January 15th, the sun in Capricorn opposes Mars retrograde in Cancer. Yes, this aspect wants to look ahead. We want to plan something, and that will help us build a reality that is more practical and secure. The opposition drives us to be more prepared. We look to our future and want to find a way to make it feel more secure, not less. We are in a place where we need to honor our own needs and the energy that they will require. We look to not having to do it all ourselves, and instead look to how we can allow others to help us out in ways that honor everyone and everything. We see that dismissing our emotions is no longer what we want to do, and we see that we are valuing our artistic and intuitive self more and our intellect less. We want to create from a place that is deeply personal and reflects our truth as we see it now. January 16th, the moon enters Virgo. The moon goes into Virgo, and it is time to get organized and more focused on the details that need to happen in order for us to finally find peace. January 18th, Venus conjunct Saturn. Today, both Venus and Saturn are playing in the waters of Pisces. We long for the freedom that comes from following our heart and knowing what really matters to us could actually come to pass. Venus loves love. Saturn loves those that can follow through and be responsible. We are offering up our heart and head to find a way to create something that has value and staying power. We are attempting to become the bridge between the realities and to recognize that the depth of our heart has a greater purpose, and the visions that we have for ourselves this year can be achieved. This week, be kind to yourself and tender to those you love. Emotions are heightened, and we are attempting to find new ways to nourish our soul and yet find a new level of inner security and safety. Remember, you are worth it, and that you have what it takes to make all the shifts necessary. Thanks, everyone.